Thanks so much for sticking with us. Next, we want to bring you the story of a local couple from Rockford. These two oversee what are going to be 5 different houses with more than a dozen folks with intellectual or developmental disabilities meant to help them live more independently. And now they're being recognized for it. So joining us now is Brian Bovin. He is one of the folks behind this organization. Thank you so much for taking time to talk with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Josh.
So kind of take us through. This is called Homes Giving Hope is your organization. You're going to have 5 houses up soon. So kind of talk to us about that mission. What exactly does your organization do in these homes to help the folks who come to you?
Love it. I could talk all day about this, so it's easy. You're going to have to tell me when we're done. But at any rate, so we provide housing to young adults with special needs seeking a more independent life. And these young adults are extremely high functioning, so they need very little help. We currently have 4 houses. We're working on house 5. And our residents generally go to work. They generally do go out with friends, hang out, laugh, enjoy each other's company. And most of them really fit right into society. And they are absolutely a pleasure to serve.
Mm-hmm. And kind of take us through, I mean, this is about 5 or 6 years that you've been doing this now, but what led to this? What was the thinking behind, oh, this is something that we can do, this is something that we need to do? Kind of take us through what led up to actually getting this done.
Great question. So my wife was working with adult students with special needs finding gainful employment, and she realized that the need was much bigger than just a job. And when she transitioned into the housing thought process, she came home, and I sell real estate for a living. So she said, Brian, it's time to go find a house. And that's exactly what I did. So once we started realizing the need for housing, the word spread very fast. And there are people from all over the country that are contacting us to basically replicate what we've done. So it's incredible. The need is huge and wide, and the gap is there. Our population has been forgotten in many, many different municipalities, and we're breaking down walls doing what we do.
And so is there any, I mean, would you have a goal at this point as to, you know, how many people we can serve, how many houses we can build, how big of a staff we can get to support these folks who are moving into these houses? Is there any sort of goal right now as to what you can do?
Yeah, absolutely. So currently, I said we serve 18 residents. We have about 30 on our active waiting list. And the goal is to go nationwide because the need in West Michigan is huge. You can imagine how big that is across the country. Yeah. The key is funding. And, you know, we can only grow. We built a model based on being debt-free. And so we're starting a $2 million capital campaign for our next growth, House 5. And House 6, and in order to do that, you have to go out and raise money. And you know, people have been extremely generous in West Michigan, and it's a pleasure to live in this area. So as fast as we can raise money is basically as fast as we can grow.
Yeah, so that's kind of something we wanted to get into next. There's an event that you're going to be doing soon, and I want to talk about that in a minute, how you're going to kind of try and help fundraising with your annual event. But even up to that, you talked to it a little bit just a second ago, but I mean, 5 houses, staff to have the 5 houses. I mean, how do you continue to keep resources flowing? You said people are very generous, but I can imagine it's probably quite an expense.
Yeah, it is an expense. You know, our residents do pay rent, which does not cover our operating costs, but that does help. Many local people have stepped up from different organizations, corporations, and given generously each year. Our fall gala that you're going to talk about, which is, or I might as well talk about it right now, November 20th at the Frederick Meyer Gardens is our next event. And hopefully it's up on the screen. It is. This is going to be the best venue ever. It's better every year. But, you know, we're looking to raise a couple $100,000 at that gala. And we're just super excited to see people come forward and be generous. You asked the question, how do we operate and how do we financially sustain ourselves? Yeah. It's through faith. And we really are a faith-based organization, and we trust God that He will provide, and He has every day, and He will continue to do that.
And as Brian just mentioned, you saw that up on your screen. We had the QR code even when it came to that event. This episode will be on our streaming platform. After this episode is done, you can continue to rewatch this, and you can find that QR code up there if you are looking to get involved with that. But kind of take us through, I believe that's the 5th year of the gala, the Tinsel and Ties Gala that you're having this year. Kind of take us through that. I mean, what kind of success has that had in the past, and what are you kind of hoping for this time around?
So what happens is we keep growing with the gala, so we keep changing locations for the venue. And this year, the Frederick Meyer Gardens can, hold, up to, I think we're trying for right around 400 people, and we're quickly gaining speed. The venue is super fun because people are looking to dress up, go out, have date night. And, there's awesome auction items there, and so they end up coming home with something fun and donating to a good cause. The gala really is also a great way to spread awareness because people are inviting other guests that know nothing about Homes Giving Hope. And that really is the most important part of our mission, is to spread the word, which you probably want to talk about the NAR recognition and where that is. So I'll let you talk.
Yeah, well, that was exactly my next point. You know exactly where my mind is going with this. You're talking about all the success that you've had up until this point, and now you've gotten some recognition for that on yourself. You said you're a realtor, and now the National Association of Realtors has kind of put you in the running for something. Kind of talk about what that recognition is that you've gotten from the NAR.
So it's very humbling. It's amazing. So I've been nominated top 10 Good Neighbor Award out of hundreds and hundreds of applicants across the country. And with this nomination comes some grant money to our organization. So there was a lot of work that went into applying, but that has paid off. But the bigger thing is there's an opportunity to vote to get me in the top 5. And by getting in the top 5, there's an opportunity for the NAR organization to grant more money to Homes Giving Hope. And so by getting this designation, I'm going to the conference in Houston and going to speak in front of hundreds and hundreds of people about Homes Giving Hope. And that is super exciting because those people know nothing about our organization and we have no idea. Maybe somebody at the convention will write me a check for $2 million.
Yeah, you're certainly going to be getting the connections there and the chance, as you said, at that grant funding. I mean, you know the dollar amount of that grant funding. How much would that mean to you to be able to access that? How would it help you get your resources out?
Yeah, so the grant funding is huge because it helps stipend our next growth. So it's going to go into House 5 and House 6. The grant from NAR is a small piece to the puzzle. It's the recognition nationally of Homes Giving Hope and spreading the word. I've already had multiple people from around the country who have heard about the top 10 nominations contact me and ask me, can I start one of those in their state? Or, can you help me get steered in the right direction? And it's just amazing the outpouring of attention that this brought to Homes Giving Hope.
Yeah, and you all are working directly with the folks who are using these homes for this purpose. I mean, you've seen it up close and personal. What kind of impact has this had on the folks that you've been able to serve? How has this helped them? It's
unbelievable. It really is. They are family. So they're joining in this house. Most of them have never known each other before in their life. And they're forming their own little family unit, operating as a family. And they're friends. They're true friends. And they appreciate Homes Giving Hope in a way that some of them could never even see that possibility previously in their life. And so when they get into it, you can see them really, really, really start to thrive and to grow in their independence and to do things that was the imaginable for them before. I think one of the most rewarding things that I've ever experienced in my entire life, Josh, was having a mother come to me and say, for the first time in 30 years, my husband and I went on a vacation alone and knew our child was being cared for as much as we care for them. So there's no paycheck in the world, there's no house that I can sell, or there's nothing compared to somebody giving you that gift of appreciation.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's incredible work that you're doing. You mentioned the gala, but other than that, is there any way that folks who may be watching this at home, who may be spreading the word, is there any other way that they can help with this kind of mission?
There's a lot of volunteering opportunities. So the best way to look up our organization is www.homesgivinghope.org. And there's a tab under volunteering. There are so many opportunities for serving, spending time with our residents, helping them with their jobs. There's tons of opportunities. I would say, you know, between giving of their time, giving of their finances, spreading the word. A lot of people don't have the opportunity to financially give, or maybe don't have the time to give, but they have the connections and they know the people. So telling other people about Homes Giving Hope can be just as valuable to us.
And I was correct that there was also a voting mechanism on the NAR, a recognition as well. Is that a possibility for them to help out, or was that an NAR, you know, member exclusive kind of voting?
No,
thing?
so there is a link under NAR Good Neighbor. And you can vote as many times as you are willing to do. It's crazy because, you know, it's not just one vote. If it's a human being voting, you can vote thousands of times. But it's between now and November 7th. And basically the winner of the popular vote is going to be the person that gets into the top 5.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Well, really incredible the work that you're doing. Thank you so much for taking the time, taking the few minutes out of your day to kind of go through this, spread the word for yourself. Good luck to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. And thank you all.